All right, 7-6 math. I'm going to go over your guys' lesson right now. So page 123, if you would like to, you can follow along, or you can just follow along. Oh, I got to turn my projector on. That would help. Or you can just follow along up on the board. Get this started. Let's get it started in here. You worry about your own math. You worry about Talon. All right, lesson 24. Lesson 24. So adding and subtracting fractions that do have common denominators. Well, that's nice. When they aren't common denominators, that's when it becomes harder. So when they have a common denominator, that makes it a little bit easier. That means we can just add our numerators straight across. So example 1, we have 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. What would be the answer here, Grace? 3/4. Good. And the way you did that was like this: 1 plus 1 plus 1 over 4. So that's another way of writing it. Yep. Yep. Since the 4, so the bottom number is the same all the way through, and we can just add our numerators or add that top number. Yep. Good. You guys seem pretty confident about that one, and I like it. So another way you could see something written. So example 2, we have 1/2 plus 1/2. Brady, what's that going to be? It'll be 1. How did you know it was 1? Because you're right. It equals 1. Yep, you're on the right track. So what you're doing in your head there, Brady, because I know you know how to do it, is you took 1 plus 1. Yeah, Talon?
You add 1 plus 1, which equals 2. 2 over 2, and then
Yep. So anytime you see 2 over 2, or it could say 3 over 3, 4 over 4, 5 over 5, 101 over 1 over 1, wait, 101 over 101, that equals 1. 3 over 3, that equals 1. 2 over 2, that equals 1. Whenever the numerator and the denominator are the exact same number, okay? Exactly. So if I had infinity over infinity, guess what? That equals 1. If I had pi over pi, you will see this example, pi over pi, that equals 1. If you ever see x over x, when you guys get up into more pre-algebra, guess what? That also equals 1. If you see xy over xy, guess what? What does it equal? Nope, just equals 1 because it's the exact same.
Can you see like x over y?
So if you see x over y, that would not equal 1. Yeah. You guys aren't in pre-algebra yet, so we'll get to that. We'll actually get to that probably later in the year. Yeah, we'll start getting later this year. Hopefully we are able to get to it. We'll start working with unknown variables, which would be, an unknown variable would be, for example, x. But we're not doing that right now. I'm getting a little ahead of myself because I'm getting excited. All right, example 3. Example 3. We have 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4. What does that equal, Grace?
12
Yeah, 12 over 4. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 all over 4. We don't have to change anything because the denominator or the bottom number stays the same. So that equals 12 over 4. And what would I reduce that to, Brady? No. Colin, what would it be? 6 over 2?
No.
2 over 4?
1/3. I know.
1/3?
The numerator.
You guys are all way off so far.
Is it?
Talon? Or, Grace? Yeah, Grace? Huh? Nope.
I'll give you the hint. The numerator is 3.
So one thing you're going to do is you take the number on top, divide it by the number on the bottom. So what is 12 divided by 4, guys? 3. So your answer would be 3. 12 over 4 equals 3.
Wait, it's just a whole number?
It's just a whole number,
I
yep.
thought it was fraction.
It is a fraction, but you can write a fraction by taking the top number and dividing it by the bottom number. We've talked about that a little bit this year already.
I thought when you reduce it, it's a fraction.
But when the bigger number is, when it goes in perfectly like that, so if there was a remainder, yes, then you would have a whole number along with a fraction. Yep.
I did not know that.
So if you had, for example, if you had 13 over 4, that'd be a little different. So we'd take 13 divided by 4. 4 goes into 13 3 times. Remainder of 1. So the answer would be 3 1/4, because your remainder is 1, so that's your numerator, and this number right here is your denominator.
The original denominator.
Yeah. Yep. But when it goes in perfectly, that means you have, so like in our example, we had 12. I'll show you that example. 12 over 4. So 4 goes in, as we know, 4 goes into 12 3 times, which means we have a remainder of what? 12 minus 12 is 0. So if there's a remainder of 0, you would just write 3 with 0 over 4, also known as just 3. Because if you have 0 over 4, that just equals 0.
So imagine imaging it. It'd be so say everyone ate 4 out of the 4 slices.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That means that there'd be none left.
Yep.
So
exactly. So they ate the entire pizza. Same thing with this. There was 4 people and there were 12 slices of pizza. How many slices of pizza were left? None. Well, or how many pieces of pizza were there? There was 3. So something like that. Okay, let's try example 4. So we have a couple more examples to get through. Couple more. Example 4, we have 7 over 8 minus 2 over 8. Grace, how do I do this? What's 7 minus 2? Is it? There you go. Third time's a charm. Oh, so 7 minus 2 is 5.
Wait, no. I was thinking
right? Hey, I do it all the time when I'm teaching. Sometimes I'll have something in my head and I end up saying something completely different.
Like when you mixed up Talon and Grace.
Right. You know, exactly. I mixed up Talon and Grace's names for some reason.
Sometimes I'm like, I do assignments, I'm like, so I skip a problem because I feel like it's pretty hard work for me. Right. And then I'll be like, I'm going to go back to it. And then I totally forget.
Yeah.
And you know, remember the last assignment I did that I had to do in lower?
Right.
I was going to do it here, but I turned it in before I even did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
Right. Grace?
So that means that 1 over 4 minus 2
uh-huh. Yep. Because it would be 0 over 4, which also equals 0.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's this last example that Grace is talking about. 1/2 minus 1/2. Another way of writing that would be 1 minus 1 over 2, which equals 0 over 2. And another way of writing that would just be 0. Big, fat, chunky 0. That sounds weird. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was the last example. Yeah, yep. So we still have another about 8 minutes of class. About another 8 minutes of class. So you guys have about 8 minutes to finish up your homework.